Hi, I'm Trish from Honey Pies Recipes, and today I'm going to teach you how to make crostini. Today we're making crostini, which is just little pieces of toast from a baguette that you cut into thin slices and you bake in the oven to toast them so that they're crisp. It's a base for a bean spread or a sun-dried tomato pesto, a great way to have a small appetizer. There's two ways that you can cut the bread. I'm going to cut this bread in half so that I can demonstrate the two different cuts. First, remove the heel. For this one, I'm going to make the slices on an angle. So we'll cut the heel off on an angle, and then you really don't want these to be too thick because you don't want everyone to have so much bread that it overwhelms whatever topping that you're putting on them. So thin slices on an angle. You can see that they come out a little longer. We're going to take these slices and put them on a parchment-lined baking tray. I've preheated the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit to cook these quickly to crisp them up and make them a golden brown. For this half, we'll cut straight across, making more of a circle. This is a little bit smaller. This way you have a choice of how big you want your appetizer to be. We're going to pop these into a 400-degree oven and bake them for 15 minutes. We bake these in a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes. They're lightly golden brown. I did not use oil intentionally because these are the croutons that are going to go with the French onion soup that we're making as part of this lesson plan. Since these are going with the French onion soup, we're going to top the crostini with grated Gruyere cheese and bake 2 per person to put on top of the onion soup. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. I have my shredded Gruyere here. I'm just taking a little handful and putting it on each piece of bread. Traditional French onion soup generally has the croutons underneath and then they melt the cheese over the top and on the sides of the bowl. I find that a little bit too much cheese for me and I find it hard to dig into the soup. So I like to take a generous amount of cheese and top it on the crouton and then float the croutons on top of the soup. The other nice thing about the crouton is because you've toasted it and dried it out, it soaks up the broth from the soup and it becomes soft and it's just so delicious when you bite into it, topped with that cheese. I'm changing from 400 degrees Fahrenheit on the oven to broil now, just to melt these. I don't want them to get very brown. I'd like them to melt quickly. Yep. There we go. Okay. I wish you could smell these. The aroma on these is just amazing. They're melted. They're going to be gooey, and they're going to go right on top of our soup. Thanks for watching Honey Pies Recipes and letting me bring my kitchen to yours.